Hey everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing okay. Um, I'm gonna do my January what's happening. Sorry, a little bit sooner, because I'm gonna have a busy week next week in the sense of the Alkeblon Tarot, the one I'm creating. Um, I hope to have a test print by the end of next week. So doing a little bit of detail work, to make sure that before I say, buy or order test copy, everything is really okay. So in January, which flew by, it really, really went fast. Um, excuse me. I was really into decks this month because I got some new ones. So yes, the decks that I really dove into. Now, let me start with two books because they were both small ones, but I did reread, and yeah, this one is in Dutch and very old, falling apart. It's one of my favorites, Albert Camus. I think in English it will be The Stranger. Anyway, I did a reread because yeah, again, one of my favorites. I think it's a classic. So I did reread this one, and I also did, which is also Dutch, if I would translate it, Evening Red in Africa. It's a poetic, like a travel kind of journal from Tanzania. So in it he tells about his trip to it, and he has some poetry, which again is in Dutch, so that's gonna be a little bit harder to translate. Again, a very small one, but it was definitely very enjoyable to read. So in all honesty, in books, I did read some of the books that I showed at the end of December. But yeah, they're not finished in that sense, so even though they were small and just a few, yeah, these were the books. And then something else, well, it's still cards, but it's not cards in the way, well, we're used to. Okay, this thing is absolutely horrible to open. Oi. Yeah, I did look through it because in all honesty, I was hoping there were a little bit more. Because they're greeting cards, because I was actually thinking about making an oracle or something out of them. But in all honesty, again, I was thinking that they would have a little more, which was not the case. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a hot mess in here. Let me see. Yes. Okay. So yeah, see, I already separated them a little bit, what could be an oracle or not. I hope it's not too glary, because they definitely are glossy, and you can open them. They're really like these kind of cards, but well, maybe I will do some collage with it. But they were kind of beautiful. It was, yeah, like it said, tribal art, tribe. Oh yeah, that's just the translation, right? I found them for I think €2 or €3 in this bookshop. That's always very cheap, and I kind of like them. Like I said, in all honesty, it was on the box that they had 30, but yeah, I was not paying attention. I just saw a big box, so I was assuming, that there would be more. But I still love what I saw, they go over all of Africa. In the back, they actually tell you where, right? Or am I crazy now? Oh, no, see, this was Nigeria, Kingdom of Benin. Yeah, so yeah, they do say this one too, Nigeria. Also Nigeria, or is it just all Nigeria? Nigeria. Owo Yoruba, Nigeria. Yeba, Nigeria. apparently it's everywhere. Ife, Nigeria. Okay. Ife, Nigeria. Igbo, Nigeria. Okay, apparently it's all Nigeria. Yeah, but again, they were kind of cool. So yeah, like I said, I thought maybe I could do something with it for, well, the few euros that they cost, you know. So it was kind of a fun find. Again, I got no clue yet, you know, as to what I'm gonna do with it. There were the envelopes too, but again, it was a cool find. I thought, let me share that. I think I'm gonna do it like this. I think. Oh my god, I'm gonna fight again, huh? Okay. So that were some extra things. Like I said, I've been really busy finishing the guidebook, putting some details in order, you know, on the cards. So except for the decks of the month that are always a little bit next to me in a basket, you know, that came in new, that I'm really trying to, well, either get to know or actually really work with. Yeah, I didn't really diverse beside that. I ended last month by saying with this one that I just got it, right? I put it in the December What's Happenings because it literally just came in. I think it was a day before I did the video. So I did put it in here again because I've actually been working with it and I found it a lot of fun. I think I said something to the effect of I wanted to see how I was going to work with it. In the sense of if I'm going to use her, well, meanings or if I'm going to put my own on them. And, well, I decided to just go with hers, you know. I mean, I got a bone set. Hey, I'm sorry, the cat is here. Moppy, come on. No. Hi, stop it. Oh, here, see, the cat is here. I don't mean this one. So yeah, I decided to just go with her meanings in the sense of, like I said, I got a bone set that is very specific. So I thought I would go just with what the book says, in the sense, sometimes of course intuition will take place or will take over. I think it's better said. And yeah, I do use reversals in this because then the deck will even expand more, right? She gives reversals in her book, so the system I think is very complete in that sense. So yeah, I'm using it the way, well, she said she meant for it to be used in that sense, you know. And again, having a lot of fun. I think it's a nice snippy deck in the sense of the answer. You know, of course, you can always go deeper. But I think in cartomancy, and of course, everything is cartomancy. But I think with cartomancy, for me, that's, yeah, in a more fortune-telling kind of style in that sense. So, yeah. And like I said, I've shown it, I think, last month. I don't know if I really... showed cards, in all honesty. I kind of forgot. But I wanted to give it again a little bit of more time because this month I really worked with it, you know. I shouldn't maybe have put it in last month's, which I did, but I actually really worked with it, and it's kind of cool, kind of really a cool deck, you know. I've really been enjoying it. So yes, that one was Between the Worlds. Shadow casting with bone and curio oracle cards. Really fun, really fun. I had a lot of fun with them, and will continue to have so, hopefully. So that was Between the Worlds. Okay, let me go first with this one. There's one card not in here because it's on my altar. That was my focus card for the month. The Compendium of Witches. When this was indie, I was already very interested. I think I saw a walkthrough on Miss Kelly's The Truth and Story YouTube channel, and I actually went as far as to try to place an order, but I got from the creator in that time that there was a problem shipping, well, to my part in Europe. I think pretty soon later, it might have been 2 or 3 weeks later, maybe a little bit longer, she contacted me back that it was now possible, but in that time I found out they were gonna come mass market. So I kind of waited. And when they came out here, yeah, I didn't wait anymore, you know, I really went for it. Because I love the weavers as my focus cards for the month, you know. And I do that a lot in combination of with the mysteries of the Black Madonna. And I found that especially the 30 cards with the, well, the witches, so to speak, you know, on them, they really felt weaver, maybe a little bit lighter in that sense, you know. And because I came from being very, very sick at the end of December and the beginning of January, so when this came in the beginning of January, I was like, oh, let me do it with this. Let's see how that feels. I think it's the perfect moment not to go too deep with too many layers, you know, because again, I was just recovering. And that really actually worked exactly as I imagined it, which is always a good thing, you know. So again, I really enjoyed this. I think the cards, the messages, they're beautiful. The thing with the two, well, the kind of 2-in-1 kind of decks when we come to, well, these kind of cards, I was afraid that it was not going to work because in the library, or the literary witches, I'm sorry, go, Moppy, come on, I'm sorry, my cat. In the literary witches, it's not working for me. Yeah, I let go of the deck, I bought it again, I did a mod with it, by stamping keywords on them, and I'm still not reaching for them. So now I got a deck that I cannot sell. So I was a little bit afraid that, well, maybe, you know, this was not gonna work in that sense, but it actually does. Like I said, I was really pleasantly surprised. I think even though we still have kind of, well, words, right? It's not, it's a little bit like that. Like I said, we got titles, not per se keywords. But for some reason they give me more. It might be the colors and the different art, you know, because yeah, again, the literary witches is, yeah, very stark in that sense, right? It's almost like just a pen drawing and that's it. So these are much better. Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I was really pleasantly surprised by this one, and I already knew, yeah, that this was not going to be a deck also that I was going to work with every day. So I think of all the decks, I work with this one the least, in the sense of, well, I picked a card, you know, my focus, yeah, and with that card, well, I did readings all month, you know, to really dive into that subject, like, yeah, how I can go deeper in that sense, right? So again, you know, a compendium of witches. Like I said, I knew I wanted it when it was indie, but because of what happened, I decided, well, to wait, because I kind of found out that it was going to come mass market. I was a little bit afraid, because sometimes when they go mass market, they change a lot of the beautiful stuff, or they don't, yeah, what's the right word? It's like they don't keep the integrity or something of the deck. Maybe that's the wrong word, but with this one, all the beautiful details, they stayed, you know. I actually really enjoyed that we also, with the mass market one, actually got the borderless picture of the witches, because I think in the indie one, it was like a green kind of border around it. So yeah, again, I'm really enjoying this one. So this one is definitely also a keeper. And like I said, I knew it was not gonna be one that I was gonna do readings with every other day or something, you know. I knew this one was gonna work for me in the same sense as yeah, like I said, the Weavers, but maybe, well, a little bit lighter in that sense. And again, it was definitely a hit. Yeah. So yeah, the Compendium of Witches. Beautiful deck, doesn't go anywhere. I'm really, really loving it. So I'm glad I finally have it in my collection. Let's see. Yeah, let's go with this one. I finally got the Somnia Tarot. In all honesty, okay, I'm gonna have a confession, and well, I might sound weird. I will take it. I'm not somebody who's on top of all the new stuff that comes out, you know. However, I think many of you might ever even have that same kind of thing happening. When something is really popular, well, we cannot escape it, right? It's everywhere. However, when something is really, really popular, yeah, I get this, well, it's part of my rebellion or something that flares up in the sense of, okay, I don't want it. I don't want nothing to do with it, or I don't want to look at it in that sense. In all honesty, for me, there's a positive side to it, because when I don't, yeah, let me show cards in the meantime. Huh? When that happens, yeah, I don't need to worry about, well, buying a deck just because, let me leave these aside because I was working with them. I'm not buying a deck because, well, everybody is liking it, right? I'm always a little bit afraid of that, because the thing is, I think when we recommend a deck, sometimes you say, oh, it's an easy reader, or it's this, or it's that, or it's this kind of energy, but that doesn't mean that it will translate to everybody, you know. So anyway, long story short, when this deck came out, I was like, nope, don't want to see it, don't want to look at it. We will see in the future, you know. And it was the last week of December, and I was talking with a friend on the phone, and she mentioned the Somnia Tarot, that she was very interested. She was not liking the cardstock, however, so she was gonna wait till a new edition came out. And she asked me, you know, if I had it. I think it went something like that. And I told her no, because, well, it was very popular, which made me, you know, run the other way. She said, oh, but it's really a beautiful deck. I said, you know what, maybe it's time, right? I mean, the hype died down a little bit. I can now look at this deck from an objective point of view. Like, what will this deck bring me? Except for, well, everybody loves it. I mean, that's clear, but what will it do for me? I mean, I need to work with it. Hey. I'm sorry, my cat is very annoying today. What are you doing? No? Yeah, I know, but no. So anyway, I watched the walkthrough again, Miss Kelly from The Truth and Story. I love her walkthroughs. And I think we were 3 cards in. In all honesty, we were half an hour in the video because, well, she does this very in-depth walkthroughs, right? So she did the booklet, she did her story, and then we went in, right? And I think I was 3 or 4 cards in, and I had this click. Because I'm a Scorpio, I'm a water person, and I've been looking for, well, my perfect watery deck, yeah. Well, for me. Because when I say watery deck, I don't need an ocean deck. I love me some mermaids. I don't need 78 mermaids. I don't need the cliche. Yeah, I know that sounds bad. I don't mean it in a negative way. But some of the decks that I'm seeing then, they're too, well, watery cliche almost for me. I need more. I know that sounds bad. I really don't mean it in a negative way. It's just for me, you know, my opinion in that sense. But when we went in this one, I was like struck at, because you see here, you also have a lot of earth, which is awesome because my moon is an earth sign, you know. But like I said, the water has this thread in the deck, yeah, everywhere, not just the cup suits. And I don't know, I made a click with it. It was like my ultimate Scorpio watery deck, yeah. And like I said, especially now that I'm really have worked with it, I can find my moon sign in there too, you know. So for me, it's like this perfect balance of what I think are my, well, my more dominant well, traits, you know, in my character. And again, I could see why everybody was loving it. Although again, I'm using it, I think, very differently. I've seen some videos now that I've have the deck, you know, and I see a lot of people really classifying it as a shadow deck, and I don't see it. I don't. When I look at the deck, I see something very soft, even here with the Ten of Swords, you know. There's a softness to it, yeah. That is almost, well, like I said, my Scorpio self, yes, I have a sting, you know, in my character also. But I think with the earth element in the form of, well, really earth in that sense, I'm going to be very literal here, you know. Both, yeah, have a very soft, well, interpretation on me or effect on me. Again, when I look at them, I don't see shadow. I see a very soft, but yeah, straight to the point deck. So I already knew I wanted it for this, but until you have it in your hand, you never know, right? So I've been doing it for soul path workings. Especially my focus in the month, you know, that can lead me anywhere, you know. I mean, well, not to get too personal, but this month I pulled, let me get it, it's here, yeah. I pulled the listen card, the listener, from the Compendium of Witches, you know. And it was really about, well, not just hearing, but truly listening. And when I pulled other decks, among them were also these, I really was looking at, I needed to listen to myself, you know. I needed to not just hear, but I really needed to go look inside myself, which was funny because the Hermit is also my card of the year. So yeah, like I said, with this, I had my pull then, and with this, the more I started playing with it, the more I knew, yeah, it was really for that soul path working, you know. Like, okay, we're walking. Am I still on the right track, or do I need to, well, change course, you know, go a little bit left, go a little bit right, you know what I mean? And like I said, I knew that was something in the sense of what I wanted to do with it. But again, you never know until it's really in your hand and you can play with it, right? So yeah, this one, I'm very happy that my friend mentioned it to me, at least that she wanted it. Because it made me, well, it made me realize, okay, enough time has passed. I can now look at this deck objectively, right? Without the hype. Without feeling like, oh, everybody loves it, so I need to love it too. Because, well, we don't. And I say we because I'm talking to all of you there. Just because the whole world loves something don't mean you need to love it too. You got a right to choose. But yeah, this is what we hear a lot of the time with FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Because, well, everybody has a great experience, so I am missing this experience. But that's what I mean, even though everybody is, of not everybody, I'm sure not everybody, but I think a lot of people mentioned shadow work for this deck, you know, and yeah, I'm not going that way. I mean, look at this. Yes, with the bear trap or something, you know, but there is a softness in, well, in everything. Really in everything. I don't know, there's something about it. So yes, I'm absolutely in love. I've been really, yeah, going deep with this deck. And I know it still has a lot more to tell me. But yeah, till then, again, I'm really enjoying the work with it. I can understand, you know, why everybody was so hyped up about this deck. Because yeah, I can honestly say I am now too. But yeah, like I said, that's not a negative thing. I'm just very rebellious in that way, you know. Like, yeah, if everybody loves something, I'm like, yeah, no, I need to step back. Yeah, I was working with these three because, well, they're personality cards in that sense. And again, I was doing a project and I used this one. So yeah, the Somnia, absolutely amazing. And again, this might not be a deck for everybody, you know. I can see that too, if I'm very honest. But yeah, when people talked about, oh, that constriction and shadow and veils, you know, and again, I hardly see it when I look at this deck. I really, it's like I almost don't notice it, you know. There's a very underneath a deeper layer in that sense. And again, I'm really enjoying it. So I'm happy she brought it to my attention. Because I could not wait. Once I really saw the walkthrough with a sense of, well, yeah, taking that step back, right? Really looking at it objectively in that sense. Excuse me. Yeah, that is becoming a fast favorite. Okay, let me see. The next one, I did a walkthrough of this one, the Shrine of the Black Medusa Tarot. I am loving this deck. This is like my brain on 78 cards. In the walkthrough, I talked about I had a very, well, weird and fun experience with this one. When it came in, I was utterly like, I don't know what to do with this. I was really, it was, well, maybe even disappointed in a sense of, well, yeah, it's a black deck, so I was gonna get it anyway, you know. But then when it came, it was like this hot mess. I'm sorry, I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. These were just my first thoughts, right? And like I said, I was looking at a hot mess and I didn't know what to do with it. And long story short, YouTube was in the back. Somebody talked about a deck interview and I was like, oh, okay, let me do a deck interview with this one, right? Which I did, and the deck was kind of calling me out. It already knew me before I knew it, or her, or him. I don't know yet. I think her, because it's my brain. Anyway, like I said, I did the interview. It was calling me out, and it was really telling me, you know, my personality. And like I said, the reading, even 3 cards, it was very impactful. I looked at the deck again after that reading and loved it. Like, I shifted my thoughts about this deck from 1 second to the next, which again never happened. It was really a beautiful, weird, crazy experience. Because again, after that reading, I really realized the reading was telling me this, you know, that my mind is chaos. So I made the click, you know, the chaos that's in my mind is in this deck. I mean, come on. This one still bugs me because, you know, more of them bug me, but I can place it now. I think the craziness of my brain is perfectly put here on the cards, you know. Yeah, from that moment, like I said, after my interview, you know, I really dove in it, you know, card by card, and even now I'm still discovering new things. I did a walkthrough, you know, about my experience with it. Yeah, I'm loving this deck. In the month when I'm working with it, they're in a basket here. Everybody will get a place in my cabinet soon, you know, probably after this video. Yeah, but this one doesn't go anywhere yet. No. It's a daily pull for me in the sense of, I don't know if this is a daily reader, in all honesty, maybe it is. But this month it became that, you know. And it might actually become one in that sense, because I love the craziness. It's like I can relax my brain for a second, because now all this crazy ass shit, yeah, sorry, is now here on the table on my cards. So again, I'm loving it. Moppy, what are you doing? No, that is not okay. No, meow. Meow. I'm sorry. She's crazy. So yes, again, absolutely love this deck. Okay, now I have the cat in my neck. What are you doing? Stop it. I mean, it sits like a monkey on my shoulder. So yes, again, this one, yeah, again, very weird experience. I went from, yeah, not being sure, a little bit disappointed, to, oh my god, I love this deck. So yeah, this one, it ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, and some of them are like these. This I know. This I already knew before it got to me, you know. And I was willing to overlook that because I'm not a fan of it normally. In this card, you know, in this deck, you know what? With all the craziness on these cards, you know, it fits. It fits. It's being a rebel. I can dig it. I can dig it. So yeah, this one, like I said, I'm absolutely loving. And I know it's a little bit crazy, even in my own head, you know, because when it came in, I was like, yeah, I don't know what to do with this. For example, this, my OCD was driven nuts for a few seconds, you know. I was like, why you put it there? Why not nicely in the middle? Again, me, you know, but yeah. Again, when we did the reading, it called me out, you know, on the craziness of my brain. And again, I kind of connected that with, well, how this deck is made. The cards are made, you know. So yeah, the Shrine of the Black Medusa. Oh, it's such a hit. It really is. It's kind of funny because I think if it was not a black deck, black creator, black subjects, you know, I might not have gotten it. I'm going to be very honest. When I saw it again, because I got it secondhand, I think I saw a few cards and it gave me a little bit of, well, the Ritual Tarot vibe. Well, but only then in this one, right? And in all honesty, it definitely can go that way. But yeah, like I said, for me now, it's a personal one. And like I said, I made that connection, but yeah, I'm not done working with it yet. I know that's where everybody will get their place. This one will probably stay a little bit longer on my table because, oh my God, I love this one. Very, very happy with this. And then the last one is the Iyami Oracle. And oh my God, anybody, this deck is amazing. This deck is amazing. I did a walkthrough of this one too because, again, I was utterly amazed. It's the premises is the Iyami, the mother maiden crone from the Nigerian Yoruba perspective. And oh, I think mine is still, yeah, because I put it again in order to, well, again, because I'm studying. So I'm studying, I put it in order. Then I play with it, I shuffle and I pull. Then I study again, so I need to put it in order. And yeah, I studied with it yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, I put it in order again. Yeah, so the Mother Maiden Crone, I can do that now easy because, well, they're here. In the Yoruba, she talks about, well, the elder goes first because, well, in Africa, there is a lot of respect and honor given, you know, to our elders. So it can never be the mother or the maiden, yeah, that will come first in that sense. So it's crone, mother, maiden. And like I said, in the Yoruba traditions, they are called the Iyami, the feminine principle, you know. And again, I mean, I'm still in a study about this. There is so many layers, and yeah, if you haven't watched my walkthrough, I will put it in the description. I will do it also with the Shrine of the Black Medusa. If you want to do a walkthrough and you're interested, in my walkthrough, I also refer to the channel of Queen Aset, Oya's girl, because she has actually some episodes already up where she's in conversation with Sister Aminat Oladipo, the creator of this deck, and they really go in it, you know, the symbolism and everything. So again, very interested. I cannot wait for the next episode because I feel like, okay, I need to learn more. I'm not really a patient person. So yeah, but this one, oh, it blew my socks off. It still does. Especially, like I said, when you watch those episodes with these two sisters, they go deeper and deeper and deeper, and there's so much to unpack, you know, from symbolism to color to what the deity is, and how that again stands in connection to the Iyami, and so forth and so forth and so forth. I feel like there is no ending, you know, and again, that's awesome, because that means we really can go deep, which I love. So yes, I'm really working with this one. I'm really studying. I'm deep in it. And yeah, this one will also not leave my table. Because again, I'm still studying it, you know. There's so much to unpack. I think this one will be good for a couple of months in that sense, to really get it, you know. To really at least have a strong foundation. So yeah, again, this one will not leave my table yet. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful, beautiful oracle. And I cannot even describe, you know, what the cards are made of. I mean, this is rose petal. This is rose petal on steroids. It almost feels like cloth. Textile, you know. Yeah, again, I don't even know. I don't even know. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I love the art. I love the feel. I love the subject. I love that it's so deep. So yeah, I don't think there's anything that I don't like about this deck. I think if I think I said it in my walkthrough also. I think she was gonna also write a book, and I think it's about the subject of this, and I cannot wait, because that would even be more helpful, you know. I don't know how far she is, or if she just started, but oh, that would be amazing. Batalla's Light, yeah, again, I don't even know what to say with this one. There's so much. But yeah, absolutely amazing. So yes, that was another black deck in that sense, you know, black creator, black subject. And yeah, again, I love it. I have a lot, and all of them have something different, right? But yeah, I think this one is the cherry on top. I already love the Dust to Onyx, because it really has that ancestral feel, you know. But this one, yeah, definitely. This one will be amazing. And when I shuffled the first time, I asked the deck how we were going to work together, you know. Because even though I loved it, I felt a little bit like blank in my head, in the sense of, but how will I use it, right? I mean, yeah, you can use it as a normal oracle, but they're so deep, so it would almost be, well, sinful to use it as a normal oracle in that sense. And I mean, in an everyday kind of way, you know, where we just glance and then walk away. Anyway, I asked a question, and I pulled this one, and yeah, I wrote about it. Let me check the guidebook very quickly here. This is what I mean. I'm really still in a study mode. Yeah, here, because the message was, someone wants to take you under their wing, protection of the Great Mother. So I really read that literally, you know, that the deck wants to take me under its wing. It's gonna be like the Great Mother to me, you know, in form of protection. So that was an amazing message, right off the start. Didn't really do the deep dive yet. I was still feeling around, but I was really looking for, okay, how are we gonna use it? I think it's great, because it gave me also a very good point, you know, to start with. Crone, Mother, Maiden. Yeah, this is gonna be the Great Mother to me. So, you know, in those three, I'm definitely gonna start. But yeah, again, I cannot say anything else about this deck than it is absolutely amazing, and I love it. And in all honesty, that was it for January. Like I said, I had a busy month in the sense of working on the Alkebulan Tarot. I hope if the deck will come before the end of the week next week, and everything is good, I will do the first walkthrough here on the channel. Then y'all already gonna have an idea how it's gonna look, what's in there, and so forth, you know. but yeah, that will be for then. This is why I said I wanted to do it now in the weekend, yeah, January what's happenings, so I can really focus next week. If I do do a video, excuse me, it will be because I have a spare minute, you know, and I want to share some stuff with you all guys. But yeah, if not, then at least I did this one already, you know. I'm not like way too late in my what's happenings. So yeah, again, that was the last deck. I think I got more decks than I like in a month in that sense. But yeah, they were all worth it. They all have something special. This one, for example, and this one were both decks I already wanted last year. And yeah, stuff happens, you know what I mean? In the sense of this one, like I said, I needed to wait till it came out. With this one, I think twice in 2 months I needed to pass it because, well, again, crap happened. So I was happy that it finally came. This one I looked at already also for a long time, but the shipping and the custom, the VAT cost, you know, it's crazy here in Belgium, and this is what made me stop every time. Yeah. So yeah, basically all of these, because now I found them secondhand and it's still perfect condition here in Europe. So that was very good in the sense of, well, payment wise, right? So yeah, these three, yeah, they were things that I already knew I wanted, you know, they just happened, yeah, to be possible at the end of December, beginning of January. And then again with this one, yeah, I showed it to you already at the end of the month, but yeah, because there was more work now done with it, I wanted to come back to it because yeah, I'm not gonna do a walkthrough of this one, I think. So I just wanted to yeah, share my, what is that? Oh, it's, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I would just wanted to share my experience with it, you know. And again, this one was then, yeah, a surprise in that sense. That really happened at the end of December, that I was like, oh, okay, this is a deck for me, right? And yeah, then I kind of got, well, I got no patience happening, that I ordered it directly, you know. But again, because we have now some better indie shops here in Europe, I could do it in Europe without the VAT and all of that, you know. But yeah, in Europe, unfortunately, yeah, it's not really happening yet that even these indie shops put good black artists in there, you know. But yeah, anyway, these were the decks of January. These were the 2 books I read. They were fabulous. And yeah, that was it for January. I want to thank you all because I think I'm now a little bit over a month already on YouTube, and you all have been awesome to me. In your comments, in your encouragements, in your kind words, you know. So I want to thank you all. The year has started and I hope we're going to finish it together very strong, you know. I want to thank you all for watching again. Keep on the lookout for new videos to come. I hope to see you soon all. Till then, thank you very much. Bye bye.